Well, election officials from Fulton County, Georgia, demanding the return of 2020 election documents seized in an FBI raid last week. Well, this morning, the county there filed a motion in federal court for the return of the ballots and other election materials taken. So let's talk about this with CBS News correspondent Shanelle Kaul joining us live in the newsroom. So where do things stand? There's really a tug of war over these much discussed 2020 ballots.
Yeah, that's right. And this is all centered in Fulton County today. That is where FBI agents convened last week, and they collected that voter data in this raid. So we're talking, Reed, about things like ballots, also any kind of election-related data or documents from the 2020 election. And you'll remember that election is significant in this conversation because that is an election that the president has said over and over again, claiming it was rigged. He's also claimed he won that election. Of course, without evidence. Today, Fulton County now announcing that it's taking some legal action against that FBI raid last week. They are demanding, they want to get that voter data back in their hands. They're doing it through this motion that they filed today. Listen.
First of all, we don't know where they are. We don't know really who has them. We don't know what they're doing with them. Are they being tampered with? I can use my imagination, and I would certainly hope not, but we don't know. So that's why we'd like to get them back so we can take an inventory. In fact, with respect to the inventory, typically I'm told, I'm no constitutional scholar, legal scholar by any means, but typically when these kinds of raids happen, you're given notice that on such and such a date the FBI is coming or somebody's coming, and be prepared. But we were given no notice whatsoever. They showed up and took the 700 boxes that they wanted. So what they're doing with them now, we don't know. Typically we're given copies. We don't even have copies of what they took. So it's a problem.
So a couple of key issues coming out of this press conference today. They're saying, look, we don't even have copies of this kind of data. And the bigger issue here is we're not sure, they say, what is going to be done, how this data may or may not be used by FBI officials who seized it last week in Fulton County. Now, Reed, couple with this with the timing here. We just heard on Monday from President Trump, who appeared on Dan Bongino, former FBI director's podcast, where he talked again about potentially nationalizing the upcoming midterm elections. These two things happening just in the last week, obviously having Democrats, some voter right activists, as well as even some Republicans concerned about the impact this could have on the upcoming midterm elections this year.
Such a striking story. What really strikes me is what you punctuated. They don't even have copies of those records. You'd think they would, given all of the scrutiny on the 2020 election. Shanelle Kaul, thank you so much.